Hey friends, got to get this in before the band starts. Welcome to the Desert Bar. Hey friends, welcome back. So, a couple days ago, friends of mine, Dan and Janice, who are parked just over here with us, they had an idea. They have a side-by-side, but they towed their side-by-side on a trailer behind their motorhome. Well, they didn't want to take the motorhome up to Parker, so we made a deal where I'll tow the side-by-side on the trailer up to outside of Parker, and then we'll all get in the side-by-side and we'll do the 5-mile dirt road into the Desert Bar, also known as the Nellie Saloon. So, what's the Desert Bar? You say, where the hell is this? What is it? Basically, it's an off-grid bar. There's no power grid out there. There's no cell service out there. There's no water service out there. He's got a well. He's got solar. And he does basically a grocery tool, whatever, cleaning product run every morning that they're open. And he runs a bar. And basically, it's in the middle of frickin' nowhere. Like 5 miles northeast of Parker. The road in, depending who you ask, is for 4x4s only. But we did see sedans going in. It's been noted that pretty much anybody can get in there, depending on your level of patience, because if you're in a low clearance vehicle, you're going to be taking it real slow. And if you're in a low clearance vehicle, just saying, be prepared to be kind of pulling over and letting the 4x4 vehicles go by you, because they're going to be able to navigate that road much quicker than you are. But that said, what is this place? Where is it? So, it's like I said, it's a little northeast of Parker. It's about a 5-mile unmaintained dirt road in. There's some couple of switchbacks, nothing major. A bit of an incline going in. And then you kind of come into this area and you're like, what the hell? And it's amazing. Like I said, it's a bar in the middle of nowhere, run on solar, well water. He's got everything there you could possibly want, except for TVs, cell service, but he makes up for that with live music and good conversation, because the staff is really friendly. There's bands that are playing there every time he's open, which will bring me to my next point. He's not open irregular hours. It's open on the weekends only. Was it noon to 6, Saturday and Sunday, only during the months of October through the winter into April. So the first weekend of October is opening day, the last weekend of April is closing day. The owner's name is Ken Coughlin. He basically started a bar there in, I think it was 1983, is what I read. And it was nothing short of a little shack with 5 bar stools, a cooler full of beer and ice, and he was selling it to friends and other people that might pass by. And that's how he started. And he basically, a few years before that, bought the land, and he'd go up there on his weekends off of his other jobs and basically kind of envisioned what he wanted to build and eventually started building. 40 years later, it's been an incredible journey for him, I'm sure, but what an amazing little place. I say little loosely, but yeah, it's awesome. It's named after the mining camp that used to be on the land. I think it's about 70 acres that he owns, and it used to be a mining camp called the Nellie. So his bar slash saloon slash what has become is technically the Nellie Saloon, but people just refer to it as the Desert Bar. So that's like the common moniker for it. And yeah, he's got live bands, live music, beer, food. There's like everything from hot dogs and hamburgers to like barbecue chicken and other things. He's got I think 2 or 3 different areas to get food. One of them is leased out to a restaurant from Lake Havasu. Yeah, it's just a crazy place in the middle of the desert. So there's a few other things to note other than the hours, which like I said are noon to 6, just weekends through the winter. Well, late fall, early spring, winter. Basically he takes the summer off when it's really hot because it's just too hot up there. But the other things to note are it's cash only. Don't come up expecting to watch a game. There's no TVs. It's about the music and the company and just hanging out with friends. Don't think you're going to come up there and get wrecked, because him and his staff are they're just looking out for you, basically. They don't want you leaving just, slosh, because it's the 5-mile road back down to where you're going to be going. You don't want to be doing that if you're, 3 sheets to the wind, because you'll end up in the drink, which isn't a drink because there's usually no water out there. But yeah, you know what I mean. So they're kind of leery that way. He's not about over-serving you just because you want to keep drinking. He knows that you have to make it home, and he's watching out for you. So yeah, keep that in mind. It's pretty neat. For guys like me who like the old cars and stuff, he's got like a couple of fire engines and some old cars up in the hill and that kind of thing. When you do pull in, you'll be like, what the hell is that? There's a big facade of a church. Basically, it's art. It's a big steel church front. If you do a little Google search on the Desert Bar, you'll see tons of pictures of it. It's pretty cool. Definitely one of those things you want to go up and experience for yourself. The whole place is. So with that in mind, I'm going to show you around. Did put up the drone for a little bit just to show you how big it is and like the beautiful landscape around it. And from that, I'll see you on the other side. right, friends, that's our little day trip adventure to the Desert Bar. I want to say thanks to Dan and Janice for, well, basically they came up with the idea. I was considering trying to go there, like by myself. Roy and Lynn had been there before. It wasn't a big deal to them kind of thing. But I wanted to check it out, and then I wasn't sure about the truck. Turns out I'd be fine taking the truck in there. Again, there's some spots I'd probably take it a little slower than, say, in a side-by-side. But, yeah, definitely doable. Pretty much any vehicle if you have the patience. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not responsible for your oil pan if you happen to go in there with a, Camry or something and rip the bottom out of it. Not my fault. So use that road at your own risk. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a like. Click on the subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and cheers.